Creativity isn't born on impulse. It's something you practice. Back in kindergarten, I would draw video games on paper. For years, every day I would sit with classmates around me and they would play the games that I drew. Protective as she was, my mom never bought me any video games, but I would always play when I was visiting friends. And the games became the inspiration for the fictional world that I created. Back then, to be able to create these little adventures and immerse the people around me was my passion. But somewhere along the way of growing up, my younger self learned to only be creative on impulse. Before I knew it, the daily drawing became monthly, and suddenly all I had was a disarray of different interests, with no real direction or goal in mind. I was no longer the creator of my own motivation. Instead, I waited for motivation to come back to me. Every successful artist creates regularly. They don't sit around and wait for inspiration. And even though I know this, it's not the regular practice that scares me. It's the thought of, what if I spend all my resources pursuing something that I might never succeed in? What if no one ever appreciates my art?
Why would you be sad when you can choose to be fucking happy? Just don't be sad. It's like not that difficult. Don't fucking be sad, okay?
Wanting to create content for an internet platform is a constant inner battle between authenticity and clickbait. It's easy to start a platform where you share people's music to relax/study to, or another where you copy and paste forum posts with a game running in the background for that sweet extra dopamine. But does it feel authentic and enjoyable to make? Even if you could make a living out of it? Meanwhile, the hard truth is that if you want to make an income, you have to partake in the capitalistic society we so happen to exist within. So is there a way to balance it? Is there a fine line where you can make an income online without sacrificing your authenticity? Actually, there probably is. A lot of people are doing it already. But it takes practice. And in modern times, it's easy to be swept away by online trends. But if we take a step back and look at bigger artists like painters or movie directors, their creations leave an impact in people. Some will like their art, some won't. But the key takeaway is, the art isn't created with the audience in mind. And that's what makes it feel more authentic. They have their own vision of what they want to create, based on their inspirations and what they would like to bring into the world. And just like these artists, you and I have something unique too. Our own story and our own personal self-expression. Instead of waiting for inspiration or feedback, go create what you like and enjoy the journey. Because the biggest adventure in life isn't the destination, but the journey itself. And if you get really good at your craft, most likely you will eventually be discovered by those who appreciate what you create. But if not, does it really matter if we practice something that doesn't get discovered? I know not everyone agrees here, but personally, I'd rather die poor knowing that I left an impact in a small amount of people, instead of dying rich selling my authenticity for attention from an algorithm. Somewhere among our 8 billion people, a select few will feel inspired from what I'm creating. And to me, that's all that matters.